Hey, I see a lot of new people. I assume we're going to be joining in. Why? Because I made a posting over this weekend, Matt's rules for trading options. So I'm going to go over them real carefully. Then I'm going to talk about a couple stocks. I'm going to talk about my SPY ranges. Let's remember, last 7 Mondays, similar ranges. What does that mean? When you find the bottom, you could find the top. When you find the top, you can find the bottom. So I'm going to talk about SPY ranges. Again, a couple of bullish stocks, a couple of bearish stocks. We're going to look at some flows, okay? Some algorithms. I'm going to talk about my challenge, $500. I want to have $3,500 by the end of week 5. We've ended week 1. I'm at $1,000. I was supposed to be at $750. I could have been even higher. So here are my rules for trading options. Number 1, patience. Let's remember, it's about the time you actually get in. If you're watching a trade and it's going up and down, and I love to add things to my watch list. I was thinking about blah, blah, blah calls, AMD calls, NVIDIA puts, whatever it is. I'm adding in the positions that I would like to take. If those contracts are 220, I'm waiting till they go to 140. When I see it bottoming on that contract, the same way you look at charts, your option prices have that. If your option price is swinging up like this, up and down, and you're hopping in the middle saying it's going to go higher, it could definitely go down first. And if it goes down, why can't it drop more? This will be the time that it breaks. So please be careful. Patience is the number 1 rule to trading options. Patience. Number 2, you must have a cash account. You must be able to enter a trade and exit a trade without worrying about a day trade. Then you'll say, Matt, but when I use a margin account, I could reinvest that money in the afternoon. Well, that's great. That allows you the ability to overtrade and turn yourself from a winner into a loser. Number 3, have a complete strategy. My 3 trades last week that took my $500 account north of $1,000. Alibaba. Why? It was going into earnings. Even though China was beat up, I said my strategy was Alibaba goes higher. I didn't hold all the way through earnings, or else my account would have been closer to $1,500. My second trade, PayPal. Why? Because it was extremely bullish last week. Not bullish anymore because Jim Cramer hopped on the bandwagon. All right, but it was bullish last week. So even as PayPal was dropping, right? Remember, I posted about it on Discord. All right, I made a killing on the trade. And then the SPY ranges. Let's remember, I like to know what ranges, and if we break through, what the next range is that we're going to. Okay, get the right entry point. Again, if you're in no man's land and your option is trickling from 150 to $1 to 150 to $1, and you enter at 125, that is no man's land. If you want this option and you want to buy it, you got to get in $1, $2, $3, something like that towards the bottom end. Again, entering at $1.35 in between is no good for your options play. So get the right entry. Buy enough time to be correct. Let's remember my SPY options on Thursday. When did I buy out? Till Tuesday. If I was incorrect, or maybe those were Friday, bought out until Tuesday. That gave me all of Friday to be correct, Monday to be correct, or Tuesday. That's assuming I was wrong on the first 2 days. Give yourself enough time to be correct. Follow the flows. Okay, so remember I had an account not too long ago, $100. I turned it into $2,500. Follow the flows. I went with United Airline calls. I was early. I was sure I was going to be right because I had 25 straight winning trades. Trade number 26, United Airlines. I blew up the account. Why? I went against the flows. The flows were telling me they were buying puts. They were adding puts into United Airlines at the time. And I was like, no, I'm going to stick in my calls. I went green at the end of one day, and I was like, I should have sold maybe. Nah, it ended green. It'll start green the next day. The next day, the account was blown at open. At open, it was down like, $2,100. I was like, oh, shit, time to start over again. Okay, that shit happens. I'm transparent. I'm here to help educate you on what to do, what not to. Don't go against the flows. That's number 6. Number 7, trade without emotion. So if you're going into today saying, I'm going to buy calls or puts, you're wrong. I don't know what to do. I see bearish trends in the market. But again, I want to be bullish DraftKings. So if I can get DraftKings today or tomorrow on a low and then get a spike towards the end of the week after the market throws up on itself to start the week, that would be an awesome entry. That would be an awesome strategy. Now, is the market going to throw up today? You got to stick with me. I'm going to talk about the market shortly. Number 8, it's okay to take a loss. Just minimize your loss. If you're down, remember, have a stop loss target in your head or use a stop loss, especially if you're entering a SPY or an SPX trade. Now, if you're entering a different trade, a PayPal, DraftKings, an Exxon trade, understand if you're getting in at what you call the bottom and you're looking for the stock to go up, understand what your stop loss is. Is my stop loss 20%? What's the next level that Exxon could fall down to? Use the dark pool levels. You'll know if it passes that level, it's probably going to drop again, just like we talk about support and resistance, okay? If it drops past or goes past one level, it's likely to go touch the point on the next level. All right, next. 9, journal every one of your trades. You want to journal it because you want to know, shit, I missed entry by 18%, or damn, I had the wrong strategy. I was 2 days early. Journal every single trade. Number 10, most importantly, you must have confidence. I explained my 3 trades from last week. I had confidence. Why? Because I was either following the flows, I was following a trend into earnings, or I was playing resistance or support on the SPY. I was playing support. I was in calls. As the market was shitting last week on one of the ugliest days, I was in 4 call contracts for my account, and my account finished green. The market was struggling. So know what stocks you want to be in. All right, so that's a pretty important post. I'll show you DraftKings. Why do I like DraftKings? It finally had a turnaround. Does that mean that it's ready to invest in right now? No, we could have a red day today. It could get ugly. DraftKings could be back at the 27.54 range. But that would be a great opportunity for me to get in. Let's say I get in at 3 p.m. today. The market's shitting all down and stuff. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I just give you a scenario of what would make perfect sense for me to enter. I wouldn't enter. If they're selling this off, I want to find the cheapest entry I can find. All right, net flows. You know what? Why don't I show you? It's so silly of me. Why don't I actually show you on Discord, okay? So let me go over to Discord, go to the other screen. All right, this is my trading channel. Okay, Matt's Trades. I also have my other channel. Now, entering Friday, this is the greatest point I want to make. Entering Friday, I was looking at puts on energy. Energy went through the roof on Friday. In fact, I mentioned that pre-market. Guess what? I never found entry. I had so many things. I wanted to get in Baba calls, right? Those were terrible too. Guess what? Never found entry. So the fact that I was wrong, let's say I entered any of these positions, I would have got crushed on Friday. I pulled it again. Market looks like it wants to go higher. So the market was going higher. Energy was going higher. I placed an order again, right? I was going to buy 3 contracts. I pulled it again. Then what I ended up doing, getting into a SPY call at 230. Now these went to 271. My exit was 256. I bought it again at 222. My original exit strategy was going to be 315. I list all of this when I make a trade. That's a complete strategy, 228. I thought the market was rebound. How did I know that was the bottom? I was looking at SPY calls from earlier, same calls I got into, and I was looking at on August 11th, right? On Friday morning, they were the lowest at 208. So I knew my entry at $2.22, 230 was pretty good. Where did they go down to? Like $2.14, $2.12. I was like, shit, I missed entry. Went in my journal. I'm in at 230. My average ended up being 222. Okay. Where did I get out? My account started like that. I showed everybody, hey, look, it's red. It's red. I don't mind showing it off. When I'm red, I don't mind showing it off. I say I'm going to turn green. And what happens? I generally turn green. Could have exited out right here. 257, 262. I didn't. I rode the elevator. It went back to 217. I still said I'm going to turn green. And what happened? Again, the account went up 9%, $80 in the day. I sold at 254. What happened after I sold? I had my daughter's rehearsal at 2 p.m., right? Again, my goal was only 750 by the end of the week. It went to 1,000. So I nailed my goal. 271. End of the day, it was spiking. And why does this make sense? So let's look at this chart, okay? Anybody that's struggling, and this is a perfect answer to David's question. Hopefully you all can see this with me. David was excited that I made an awesome, doubled my account. I made like great trades. He's done. He wants to make one winning trade and cash out, and he's done, okay? So he's with long-term, no luck. One more try, please help. I wish you could actually talk to me. I told him, come on YouTube, let's talk. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, David. So let's say you're looking at the SPY. What are these SPY calls? Now, I might actually look at SPY puts today, but let's say you wanted to look at the same trade of SPY calls. You could. I would go out till Wednesday. You're going to let it play out. So the morning it goes up like this. Then it dips down here. So if you're getting for SPY calls, you see a double bottom here. You could get in right here, okay? Knowing that you have 3 days to be correct, knowing your exit is 20% higher to get out. That's what we look for in trades, okay? Again, it bottomed here. You wouldn't get out here. It bottomed again. Okay, you could have got out here. It bottomed again. These are when you could get into the trades. SPY calls, I could have got in once, out, okay? In here, I could have been early and got in here, right? Went up, dropped again. I would have bought more right here. When we spiked here, I would have got out. Dropped again towards the end of the day. See, the fact that it's changing and you see it going up and down doesn't change your strategy. If you're a bull in this market, you think we're going to finish up here. So the perfect entry time is when the market is dropping if you're a bull, okay? Understand, if you think the market's going to drop, as the market's rejecting the top, whatever that might be, 448 today, let's say, 447, wherever it is, and you see volume spiking and a rejection, you say, okay, good time to get into SPY puts. When am I going to do it? later in the day because I'm going to lose some IV. So what's my strategy? I see a rejection. I'm going to wait for the later rejection in the day. I'm going to go out 3 days and I'm going to buy SPY puts. My intention is to sell them today. I never want to hold positions overnight. Now, that's where I crushed the other account when I held those United Airlines because I'm a scalper. I'm in, I'm out. I take 20%, okay? If I'm trading a $1,000 account, I would like to make, $180, $200 at some point today. I don't want to put my entire account at risk. So what am I going to do? Again, I get easily, I have like 10 different options on my watch list, okay, which I share on Discord, okay? The point is, I'm going to watch my option as it spikes in the morning. Okay, that's a great exit. Exit would be right here. Let's say I got in right here. Exit right here, okay? You can't hold things too long. You end up riding the elevator. Okay, so what else did I talk about? I talked about DraftKings. Okay, I talked about the flows and algorithms. Hopefully, it's really small, but you can see the stock prices here. Calls are up here. Puts, no one wants to touch puts. You can see here buys versus sells. They're mostly buying. Okay, here's my other list, okay? If the market, if tech wanted to be strong, all right, I'll take any dip in any of these three stocks if I think tech's going to be strong. Now, let's remember, okay, the market, technology, the Qs, they've had 9 out of 10 outflow days, 9 out of 10 lower days. So I don't expect the Qs just to flip and go north. Now, let's talk about NVIDIA. Jim Cramer says, finally, NVIDIA is going down. The funny thing is, NVIDIA has earnings next week, and analysts are expecting NVIDIA to beat earnings again. Let's remember, NVIDIA went just from 480 or 476 down to like 406. 406 people are like, or 408 actually. People are like, I think 406 was a good support level. Well, shit, I thought it was pre-406. Oh, great. You know what? Let me show you. This is what else I do, and I'm going to get to some questions. Let me remove Discord, all right? Those on Discord, I am going to share more. I'm going to do a pre-market video, but I want to show you guys what happens when I look at charts, okay? Different charts that I'm looking at. It's free to look at these charts. It's free. Why? Because I use TradingView. All right, let me get rid of their ad because, yes, you get ads when you look at free shit online. All right, TradingView. All right, so I'm going back in Discord. You guys can see this with me. Perfect. So I've got my watch list. So let me just go to the top. All right. Okay, here we go. Amazon. All right, so I look at how it ended the day. I say, okay, Amazon ended the day buying. They were buying start days. If I want to be bullish, any one of the larger Qs, I can be bullish Amazon. I look at AMD, looking for volume spikes. I don't see anything that's sticking out to me. So I go through this whole list. Palantir actually looks somewhat bullish. Volume here, volume here. The outflows are very little. Let's remember the market was turbulent. So Palantir, I could be bullish on. All right. Disney, I could be bearish. And somebody mentioned when Disney was cracking 92, 92.50, how bullish it would be to have a pullback like this. And it fooled a whole bunch of people, but not our Discord. Love with talking about puts on Disney since it went from 90 to 92.50, and now it's 88.60. So I could be bearish on Disney because the flow and algorithms still tell me I'm bearish. Now, Uber, I just have on there. I'm so curious about Uber. It shows such resilience. Even when it's outflow, there's someone buying it. It always levels off even when it's down. Here's DraftKings. You guys see this shit with me? I mean, I noticed this on Friday, and I wish I'd gotten over here when I noticed it, but I'd used my money elsewhere. Look at this flow right here. Look at this volume. Look how we ended the day. So any drop in DraftKings, say the market gets beat up this morning, and you see entry right here. I already know they're going to support DraftKings from this price, $28.33. So if I can get in at $28.60, $28.50, that's my target right here. You want to know what my perfect entry into DraftKings is for my trade of the week? It's right freaking here. It's not $29.32. If it drops, it's not $29.06. Although if you're on Discord and I change my mind and I get in, I will alert everybody. But the real entry is going to be $28.68, $28.62. So I'm hoping the market has a terrible day. Or I'm hoping I can get in right there. NVIDIA, interesting. People are like, oh, NVIDIA's seen the worst. This is only a 5-minute chart. But all the volume, selling volume right here. Here's a ton of support right around here, right? 406, I think people said. But if you look back and you go to the hour chart, or even you go to 2-hour chart, which really doesn't help. But you can see, look, 480 and change. 480 and change, July 19th. Okay, we're like August, what? August, not even 19th. It's not even a month. This stock has dropped 20%. That is still bearish, okay? When you go to the 5-minute, it's still bearish. I don't care if NVIDIA bounces to 420 at some point today. I'd be selling the shit out of it, all right? I don't play NVIDIA. It's too expensive for me. And growing a small account, if I buy one option, it's going to cost me $700. It does not give me a chance to average down. and someone's like, oh, you can buy a $300 option, then I'm in two different positions. One's way out of the money and way out of the money. All right, so then I'll look at Google. Again, Google, like Amazon, support here, some selling volume, still went a little higher. So again, if I want to be bullish, I can be bullish Google, bearish NVIDIA, bullish DraftKings. I have it on so I can watch volume. Then I watch the market. So here's how I use it. If I see the market bottom out, let's say I see the market find support at 444, it's dropping and find support at 444. I say to myself, great, one of my bullish plays. I could play SPX, the S&P 500. I can play SPY options, right? SPY calls if I'm seeing a bottom, or I can look at one of my bullish technology stocks. I can say DraftKings, Amazon, or Google, okay? Vice versa. I see the SPY top out. I say to myself, I can play SPY puts, SPX puts. Remember, patience. Or I can go back to my chart, which is, let me just pull that up for everybody. Oh, so small. That's so funny. Okay. All right. Like, what do I have up next? Meta. I'm looking at, Jesus, all these advertisements. All right. So after Google, again, I said Google could be bullish. Meta, let's remember, Meta to our chart was like what? 330, 340, right? 340. It's now 300 pre-market. Where can it drop to? It could drop and find support at the 292 level, the 288 level, right before this big bang right up here, 287. So people that say technology is down going up, I just showed you very easily. I'm just looking for support. We still had selling pressure here. So you could see Meta drop, another 4 or 5% to 290. Okay, if Meta goes down 5%, everything else is going down 5% as well. What else is on my list? All right, Coinbase. Let's get rid of the 2 hour. Let's go to the 5 minute. Again, too risky. Coinbase has too much shit going on. Tesla, if you look at Tesla pre-market, it's dropping. Okay, even though it was bullish to end Friday, flows are still telling you bearish, and we're still going to see an open like this, a drop on open, and there'll be selling pressure on open. How do I know? Because Tesla's right here at 235. It's already off a few percent. Okay, so we can go to the next one. Apple. What do I see on Apple? Well, shit. Do you guys see this? 2 huge volume spikes, end of the day and almost end of the day, even though there was some bearish sentiment. People thought the market was turning. It's not turning yet. So again, anything that I'm looking to get into today, I'm going to wait. All right. So anybody that's struggling here, right? I made a posting over the weekend. I am here to help beginner traders, rookie traders, to find positions, to understand how to trade, to understand that you stay away from no man's land, that you wait for the top or you wait for the bottom. You have a complete strategy. So most important today, and I finally feel good about this, it's being patient and confident. So patient being, I know what I'm looking at. I don't need to trade for the first hour of the day. There's no money to be made for me. There's only risk on the table. So I'll wait. Let's say I'll wait till like 11:30. It'll be tough for me. I have FOMO, but I'm going to look at my options charts. And again, once I see the bottom, okay, I don't need to see volume in my option charts, but we can look at that too with the flow and algorithms. Once I see the bottom of whatever I think the market's bottoming, okay, then I'm going to look at the 3 bullish stocks that I mentioned or ETFs that I mentioned. Let's say the market actually gets bought up on open and we see it rejecting, 447. What am I going to say? I'm going to say, okay, what am I looking at? I can do SPY. I can look at any of those bearish stocks. I can look at Apple, something to that extent. Let's remember, past 7 Mondays, we've seen at max a 3-point range on the SPY. So that means from the bottom level to the top level, 3 points. Okay, let's get to some questions. Everybody that's here, if you're still here, you like what I do, please, everything that YouTube does is algorithms. I'm not one of those people with like a mass audience of followings. Please, thumbs up, like what I'm doing. Thumbs up, share it on Facebook, or what's that called now? It's not even called Facebook. It's called like Stitch, Twitch, Stream, Peem, something, I don't know, whatever it's called. I'm sure you guys will tell me. Good morning, right? Thoughts on Tesla. Now, somebody asked me about Tesla. Can we take a look at the dark pool levels? Yeah, let's take a look at the dark pool levels, right? What the hell is it? Thread, that's what it's called, Thread. Shit, I'm so smart. All right, so dark pool levels. We're going to share the screen first. I'm going to go to Discord. I'm going to leave my fabulous room, and obviously the ones that are more important. There's an how-to room. You don't know how to use dark pool levels? Okay, how would I do that? Oh, here it is. Dark pool commands. TR dark pool levels, enter the symbol. Okay, TR dark pool level, enter the symbol. Largest dark pool trades. Okay, I don't care about dark pool trades. Let's go to TR, right? What did it say? DP levels, right? And then Tesla. Can it be that easy? Let's see if it's that. Oh my God, it's that easy. Dark pool levels for Tesla, okay? 237. Where are we right now, pre-market? Let me just find Tesla on my sheet. And let me make sure you guys are seeing this with me. You are not. I knew you weren't. I'll add it to the stream. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's find Tesla pre-market. Here we go. One up. And I got to go back 2 hours because it's dropping 235.12. Okay. 235. Let's just call it 235. So what do I do? The fact that I'm thinking 235 isn't on this level. Here we go. Everybody like math? I like math. Watch this. 275 to 266. The difference between these levels, $9. What's the difference between these levels? $9.33. What's the difference between these levels? $9.33. What's the difference between these levels? $9.67. Okay, so basically $9.50. So what's the next dark pool level down if you break this ghost level, which does not show support? Here's the bad thing for Tesla holders, and good thing for Tesla put holders maybe. All right, there doesn't seem to be much dark pool level of support at 237. Go down $9, you're looking at what? 228. So yeah, my bottom side support on Tesla might be 228. All right, yeah, I spoke about the dollar this morning. How do we speak about the dollar? Well, I'll freaking show you where I spoke about the dollar. I think I made it in public Discord. So yeah, there's a public room. If you're on Discord, let's go. Public trading chat. Here we go. Let's make sure I'm sharing this with all. Yes, I am. Look at that. Get back to Discord. Someone was talking about Penn National. I've been on public Discord for a while, but let's go to my, okay, here we go. My favorite channels. I list them for everybody. I tell everybody those rules that I went over to start this strategy session. First of all, I'm going to give myself thumbs up, but they're right here. Patience, cash account, complete strategy. Join the Discord, okay? My trading will be focused on these three stocks in the S&P. All right, the SPY. Here we go. DraftKings, Affirm, Alibaba. I'll take drops. I'll take any dips, and I'll buy calls, and I'll get out. Yeah, damn straight. Let's give that one a good one. Here we go. The dollar. Here's the dollar. Okay, so here we're looking at a single 1 day of the dollar. Yes, it's spiking, so let's look at it in bigger picture. Okay, now you're looking at the 5-day chart. Dollar's going to go higher. If we get 103, 103.50, the markets have to go down. If we see a drop down to this 102 level, the markets will likely go higher. So keep your eye on the US dollar, right? Then I go back the 1 month. So the 1 month, if you look at this, it could be turning a corner, or it could just be continuing on this path right here, this diagonal higher, and it's going to go 103.50. And when it goes 103.50, we're in trouble. Now, here we go. Hopefully you guys can see that with me. Matt, I've been joining your live streams every morning this week, and I must say your predictions and levels have been on point. I've made profit, had a great week. I used your levels, got in, took profit every time I use them on entry. I really enjoy your morning. My eyes suck, so I can't read the rest. I thanked her. I was like, yo, thank you, dude. And she was like, I'm a woman. And I'm like, okay. About 4% of my followers on YouTube are women. And I was like, I wish it was more like 50-50. So again, I apologize to her, but that was so nice. All right, let's get to some more questions. Let's see. NVIDIA broke previous earnings trend, long way to gap down if it can't find support. Yes, but earnings are coming out. So although Jim Cramer is bearish NVIDIA, I've heard a number of analysts telling me that NVIDIA is going to crush it again. NVIDIA is going to provide great guidance again, and they're going to do the same thing and buy up NVIDIA just like they did after last earnings and last guidance. Let's remember, NVIDIA went up like 100% over its 200-day moving average. So if it does that again, you would see NVIDIA at like 555. Me, I told you already, NVIDIA is too expensive for me. I'm staying away from it. All right, so what else did I want to talk about? I talked about today, SPY, 3-point range max, probably something like 2.76 to the end of the day. Look at the SPY top, the SPY bottom. You're probably going to see a difference of 2.76, and you're going to say, holy shit, that dude Matt was right. I'm going to come back and watch him and listen to him tomorrow because I'm going to make a winning trade. So me, all I know today is I'm expecting just under a 3-point range. I haven't decided bullish or bearish. In fact, futures were ripping this morning. Then before I went live, futures turned red. So I've got no clue where everything is. But the great thing is my money's on the sidelines. So I'm going to say to myself, well, okay, no emotion, Matt. You don't care. You just want to be a winning trader. Do you care if you're in calls or puts today? No, I want to be a winning trader. So I'm going to sit on the sidelines. I'm going to let all the patterns play out. I'm going to watch some of my put holdings, some of my call holdings on my watch list. And when I see it turning around, say it's a call, and I say, okay, the market bottomed, my call looks like it bottomed, I can get into DraftKings, Amazon, or Google. Or I say to myself, okay, the market looks like it's top heavy. Let me remember what I can get into. Apple had some strong selling. I saw some other ones. Rivian always is somewhat difficult of late. So let me just check out the market, pre-market. Okay, the SPY is down 0.12. Remember, the SPY was okay. The dollar. Okay, see, this is great. Here's what's going on with the US dollar. All right. So what's a good thing? If you see the US dollar come back and settle around here, 102.80, the market could turn around. If you see the dollar ripping higher to 104 today, the market's going to have a shitty day. It'll be off like 500 points. Do I think the US dollar is going to rip to 104? No, but understand, as the US dollar goes up, gold goes down, okay? So gold's hitting like a 2-month low, a 3-month low. The great thing is, put this in your memory, it'll be a great rebound trade. When you see the US dollar finally drop 4 or 5 months from now, 6 months from now, could be December right before Christmas time, you see the US dollar drop one day, you could say gold, GLD. I'll get into gold calls today. Boom, I just made $10,000. I'm going to buy Christmas presents for everybody. All right, so watch US dollar. I did have some other things I wanted to talk about. Let's see, the dollar, right? My patience, DraftKings, right? Following the channel, hopefully you are. My $500 challenge, again, most important thing about last week was my confidence level. Baba winning trade, new Y. PayPal winning trade, new Y. SPY winning trade, new Y. I was looking for 50% return. I got 100%. This week, I'm looking for 50% return. Remember, I was looking for 11.25 by the end of the week. I'm starting at 10.15. So at 10.15, I'm going to look for $1,500 by the end of the week. Let's see. Walmart has hit all-time highs for 5 straight days. Interesting trade. Dow gets beat up. You think the Dow is going to rebound. Walmart. The same thing I was going to mention was BJ Wholesales. Same thing I heard good things about Walmart, which has earnings this week. BJ Wholesales has earnings next week. If Walmart does miss and takes down the whole industry, BJ is going to get ripped because people already think BJ is going to have bad earnings. And I saw a trade come over on Friday that were put trades on BJ's. Very low volume. No one trades BJ's options except for this trade that came over. Let's see what else. I already did my rules. We still have earnings this week. So if you want to see earnings, again, we have those under dates and docs. But you got a bunch of interesting TJ Maxx, Dole, New. I mean, there are a ton. Jenko. I'm looking at a firm, again, smaller cap. What am I looking for? See the inflows? See how I get pushed higher, almost to $20, right? That was after terrible earnings, right? So that's what I'm looking at. If the market stabilizes and turns around, and today's an inflow day for a firm, or give me 3 straight Affirm inflow days, then a firm will be at $19.31 from $15. Do I think that's going to happen? Do I think the $19 is what's happening in a firm later this week? No, but it's there because I know if I'm watching a firm and I see inflow, it could happen and it could pop 20%, and I could kill it with things. So it's on my list. It was on top of my list. Now, if they outflow it, same thing is possible. Shit could go down 8%. So I'm going to wait. Let's say they outflow it today and it drops to $14.15. Great. Then I'm going to look at it tomorrow. Say it drops tomorrow to $14.08. Then they start buying it. Boom, entry, $14.15. So much easier than at $15.16, a whole dollar under. I can still take a bullish position. Doesn't mean I have to jump in today. Doesn't mean you can say, I heard Matt talking about a firm. Man, he was bullish. That should drop 8%. What a loser. No, 8%. Great entry going back up. Okay, what else did I want to tell you? Last week, the Dow was up 0.6%, S&P down for the second straight week, 0.3%, and the NASDAQ got rocked 1.9%. Again, NASDAQ down 9 out of the last 10 days. So once the NASDAQ turns around, you'll see the market pump higher. As the market continues to sell off, you're going to see NASDAQ again leading the way. I mentioned those SPY calls, people that are struggling. Look for tops and bottoms. I don't care what you're in, but if you see this chart, you know you can get in this option any of these 3 times. If you see this chart, you know you want to get out right around here, I would sell. In fact, I took this picture because I was like, hey, I would be selling at this point. This is the exit point. So let me just see what else I have to share. I still have more pictures of the dollar. Again, I'm always following the dollar. This is the account, made the 500% last week. Those are the SPY options I sold. Interesting. Again, I was just showing you guys as it was $856. I was showing you the top was actually at 12:15 p.m. 11 minutes later, right? 11 minutes later, it dropped red and it even got worse before I finished green. Again, the account's at $1,000. I just wanted to show everybody entry points. Don't get scared. Now, why was I bullish? I was following market net flow. Market net flow, greens were telling me call premiums through the roof. Market was up there and puts were dropping off. So if I see this chart, I will be bullish. So it's always important to look at net flow. So he says, whoa, what's that mean, Matt? What does market net flow means? It means you go over to Discord. You go back to that flow and algorithms room that I spoke about right here. If you don't know, you go how to it, right? You how to it and you look at the net flow. Where's the net flow commands? Holy shit. They're first, right? Net flow. Okay. There it is. So now we go Let's do the net flow of the market. Tio, how did the market end? Net flow, market. Let's go back 3 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You could do the same thing for the SPY. You can go back 3 days. You could do the same thing for the Qs. Q. Go. I might have had to type capitals. I don't know. That might happen. So let's see. Let's just see what happens when it pops up. Hopefully it pops up. Come on, let's go. Let me try it one more time. Net flow. Oh, there we go. Oh, yep, this delayed reaction. Okay, I was writing too many commands. Sorry for that. All right, net flow of the Qs. So here are the Qs first. What the hell are you guys seeing? Well, the puts didn't give up. Puts were spiking towards the end of the day. Calls, yeah, they picked up a little, but puts picked up more. So that still tells me I am bearish on the Qs ending the day. Well, we started down here. Actually, this has to be what? SPY. This has to be SPY net flow. But the SPY is bearish. Okay, so SPY is bearish. Let's see what else we have. I looked up 3 things. Net. What the? We're 3 days. SPY. Now it's doing dark pool Disney. Okay, I'm so confused right here. Oh no, that was the Qs. This is the Q. No, that's the SPY. I have no clue what's going on, and it's not working right. So I'm just going to exit out of that before I confuse myself, because I'll start taking an opinion about what I think of something today. Oh, so here was the best thing again about Friday. When I was incorrect with my morning strategy, you change it. Remember, my morning strategy was puts on energy, and then I mentioned energy was still going up. It was calls on BABA, and I was like, okay, BABA's going down, although they had good earnings. So again, back in my mind, those 2 are sitting. I was probably early. Again, I need to see the Qs turn around. If the Qs find support, if Apple finds support, if Tesla finds support, then I can say to myself, Alibaba. Why? Because they crushed earnings. They absolutely crushed earnings, which is why Alibaba went to 102. Remember? And that was my call last Monday. So again, my call this Monday is going to be DraftKings. I want the best entry. I would love to see DraftKings in the market get rocked today, and I'd love to get in, 8% cheaper. Oil. I don't really have an opinion on oil. Again, I was bearish oil, and it went through the roof on Friday. So, once oil pulls back, you'll see gold go up. As gold's dropping, the dollar's going up, interest rates are going up. There's always going to be demand for oil. So, until you see something different, now what could change? OPEC could release more barrels on the market. Any of these, anything like that. Or we could be out of recession. Out of recession would help. If we were in recession, less energy demands. All right. So listen, that was a great morning. We went way over. I got to get to Discord. Morning video. I will be giving SPY ranges, exactly what I'm looking for. What am I using? Friday's low and Friday's high. I'll quickly tell you, since I was going to share that anyway. Friday's low, 443.35. That's the area I'm looking at. Friday's high, 446.70. What I think we're going to see, a SPY range just under 3 points. Once I find the top, I'll know the bottom. Once I know the bottom, I'll know the top. Tech, 9 out of 10 trading days lower. So that's what we're looking at right now. Have a great day. Everybody, join me tomorrow morning. You got to hit that subscribe button if you want to see me when I go live at 8:30. Most of my good shit is in the beginning. Most of you join on later. Watch the beginning. Good lesson today. Have a great day. See you all later.